I had a comment on my channel, one of the videos I did, dating in this culture, right? About how cell phones have become the real virus in society. And when I saw that comment, I just saw cell phone is the virus. And when I commented back on this follower and viewer of one of my videos who made that comment, I took note of that whole terminology, cell phone virus. Now, when 2020 was upon us, the entire globe shut down. The fear, the anxiety, the hype of something that did not exist. We all caved into the unknown. We believed the rapid fire news, things that started flashing in and out, right? So much hysteria behind the government shutting down and PPP, right? Businesses going out, shutting out. And I remember when I got the notice at work that you're going to be working from home, I was actually happy. I was actually really happy that I'm going to get to work from home because I was always effective in thriving in solitude. But what happened is the cell phones were so advanced and so up to par, so up to date that it had you downloading different kinds of software to keep up with the times. So if you had, like, for example, an iPhone 9 or an iPhone 10 back in the day, right, 11, 12, 13, and so forth, you were upgrading to the next best thing. And these cell phones became so powerful and adaptable to different social media types that were continuously updating their applications and frankly making it bigger, better, more storage, more features, more, dopamine spiking buttons per se. And now we have AI that's ruling the universe and these apps, right? These phones kind of go hand in hand and enhance the user experience so far as to where we are today, where AI girlfriends are taking over. AI sex dolls are also in the marketplace. And because people are genuinely not interested in dating anymore outside of hooking up, AI is here to make all of that a reality. Like, we are headed toward that place, guys. I saw that movie Blade Runner 2049. I was in love with that movie. It's one of those 3-4 hour movies where you have to be in a certain vibe to watch that movie because it's very lengthy. But in that, the long and short of it is that it's a dystopian world, and this beautiful girl, I had a big crush on, I think most guys had a big crush on her, but she is the AI girlfriend. And it's so realistic that it makes you believe that that's what you want. That's what you're destined for. We're already headed there. Most men are home. Most guys, outside of working a job, if you have a job, are choosing to stay home and play video games. That's it. They're choosing to play video games for hours and hours and hours. And most of them are getting out of shape, fat, not obese. I'm not going to be kind. We call a spade, fat, overweight, ugly, eating ugly, looking like shit. They don't give a shit because men and women, we are against each other. Like, there's a war against the genders now, amongst the genders, right? Sex drive is at an all-time low, especially with the younger population. Mine is at an all-time high. So if you want to get in my DMs, ladies, just jokes aside, my sex drive is amazingly high. And I'm normal, just a normal dude, man. I'm a normal dude. I'm an older man, right? I'm 50 years old. I'm very athletic. Normally, when I drop the age of someone joining my channel, they're like, what the fuck? Like, I thought you were in the late 20s, 30s, whatever. Any number I get. No one ever guesses me anything past 34, 35. On a good sleep day, I didn't sleep well last night, and a good You know, when I have a better skin care day, testosterone, water, everything is in sync. I've gotten 28. I've gotten the 28. I'll take it all. I am not complaining or anything. But going back to this topic, not a lot of people are out there outdoors doing a lot of this. You know what I mean? And so AIs are here, built into our phone, learning our habits like a human being and mimicking a human being. It's almost hard to argue the point that how comfortable and convenient it is to actually have an AI companion. I am not going to be that guy because I still believe in approaching women. I still believe in doing the work as a man, and it's probably why I'm dating 20-something-year-old woman, right? To be very specific, not to get into the funny business. I'm always going to draw that line because the woke agenda is real, and I'm not a woke guy. We have come so far as a society to normalizing what's happening right now. You know, Goldman Sachs and all these other big industry, big name, giant corporations are predicting that by the year 2030, most women are going to be single, childless, and cat ladies. I'm not laughing at this anymore. This is serious. I was laughing at it before. I used to partake in the gender equality arguments, but I don't really do that anymore. But I try to present it in my version, my realistic way, because I've lived 50 years and I've seen a lot. I would say, dating from breaking this down decade after decade, I think I've seen 3-4 decades of major shifts and change and transformation taking place, and technology driving our habits. And I talked about this earlier, just in the video I just did just a second ago, about internet personas, being in love with your internet aura, and that fiction, that character that we have created, that we don't want to know you, sir. Like from a female's perspective and from a guy's perspective, we're just done. Guys are done chasing. We're tired of spending, losing the money, wasting all that money, right? Because you're not looked at for who you are, you're looked at for what you can provide as a man. That's the reality. And for women, you know, it's the beauty objectify, don't objectify me. But yet you guys are selling yourself on the internet for the very same things. You say don't objectify me, but yet you're selling yourselves in the marketplace for those very same reasons. So that's a major contradiction, right? Let's see, I don't know this area, so I don't know if I want to walk any further. I'll make a turn here, but you can kind of see this is a neighborhood that I'm walking in. Relatively peaceful zone here, but I think I'm gonna go here and turn around. And sometimes you got to be very careful when you're walking in areas where you don't really know, although it's peaceful, but it's kind of like scary times right now. You just don't know who's who and who's armed and who's not. So my instinct is telling me to turn around and go back to a more of an open environment towards the park. So I'm gonna turn around and go back here shortly, right? When we're having dinner with our friends, family, significant others, sharing a good meal, is taking pictures and videos and Instagramming all that food necessary, right? I mean, I used to do that, and if you continue doing that, that's fine. Like, I have a fitness channel on Instagram, fitness page. I think that makes sense to do it there, but I'm not like daily posting my foods and which restaurant I'm at. I mean, I'm guilty of doing so when I've been on dates and having those moments. And I sometimes even have gaslit myself into saying, like, why am I doing this, right? Why am I being such a prisoner of the moment, right? Which is not a bad thing, but must I publicize every single life event that's going on, right? And there's a reason why, like, and I've been that guy too. New Year's countdown and festivals and carnivals. The show is right in front of you, man. The New Year's Eve ball drop is right in front of you. But we fail to be in front of it. Instead, we put our camera in front of it and we fall behind it. So we're never fully basked and baked into that whole experience that's in front of us. We're living each experience through the phone. So if that is the case, I'm gonna go up this hill here. Okay, if that is the case, then how are we experiencing each other as human beings? How are we having sex with each other as human beings? Where's the connection? Where's the connection? I mean, it's not a trick question, guys. How do we connect with each other today in real life? Like, have we lost, are we that out of touch? How many of us as parents are raising kids, right? How many of you are monitoring what they're watching, right? And for how long? I made a comment to one of my users that I have no desire to have kids of my own. I don't care about legacy because, not to be doom and gloom, but there is to an extent scarily, it's scary enough that the future is not looking bright when it comes to AI and being normal. In fact, there's talks around, as I say, the mark of the beast, right? With Mark Zuckerberg, I think, or I forgot the guy's name, man. The SpaceX guy. The name's not coming. It's not Mark Zuckerberg, it's the other one. He's the one that sends spaceships and makes rocket technology type, just out of this world stuff. It'll come. It's not there, but I think they're coming out with this chip, microchip technology that gets implanted into your brain, and essentially you can live forever. But there, you've sold yourself. You've sold your soul to the devil in that sense. Like, that's what's on the horizon. And I'm not trying to get into the conspiracy theory and all that, but that's the power of news, social media, you know, what's happening in this crazy, almost a weird dystopian kind of a feel, like this world. And what's also eerie about this is, as I'm walking here, like, there's no one out here. It literally, like, there's no one out here right now. So for me, this feels very desert-like, where I'm in this open space and the sun is setting and there's like this eerie feel, like I Am Legend, that movie. Like, I'm gonna see a zombie running here. I'm creating this atmosphere, guys. A lot of this is my movie making imagination coming to life right now. Like, but there's a zombie apocalypse, right? Are we that far from it? Because cell phones are there. We live our lives on cell phones. I don't think even I myself am fully comfortable putting my phone down and not looking at it every other minute. Like, it's a disease. I think this is a real virus. I don't think cell phones are a bad thing. I think it's your relationship with it and how much energy you give to it. But it's ruling our households. Cell phones are ruling the universe. From what started being a communication tool, turned into kind of a deadly tool, in a sense, a virus. This is a real virus. And this can only stop when we decide to change our habits. It starts with our health. It starts with a conscious decision to disconnect often, and not just when you can, but often, being deliberate about disconnecting frequently. Because if not, guys, you could die on your very last few hours scrolling on the phone, right? And not necessarily making the world a better place. I think what I'm doing here is somewhat making the world a better place, is because I'm raising awareness that you need to get out and become human again. You need to go out and experience what this feels like. Like, you know how much energy I have right now, and I'm technically an old man. Like, I have so much energy, so much I've taken from this environment right now, that my gratitude level has gone off the charts. Like, I appreciate this. In every sense, every breath that I'm taking right now is making me fitter, stronger, better. I am talking to a cell phone, but I'm not emotionally invested into the cell phone, if that makes sense. Because I'm in control of this boat. I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm in control of my current environment. I'm not inside absorbing blue light. My room isn't dark. I've actually come out here and paid my dues, and I've been walking for nearly 40 minutes now, way over 10,000 steps. And so now when I go home, I did my 9 to 5, but now when I go home, I will feel so productive because I've broken down my days. I've broken down my hours, right? And I've given myself the gift of detaching from the cell phone and taking care of my health. A lot of us, if you think about it from this perspective, are not in shape is because we spend so much time scrolling on our phones. I just gave you 40 minutes here. Like meaning that I did back-to-back videos, batch recording, and a total walk time of way over 40 minutes. By the time I'll be said and done, way over 40 minutes, right? So we lose a lot of time scrolling on the internet, scrolling on social media endlessly without any purpose. And it's the cell phones, right? It's designed to keep us addicted. But I'm more addicted to my habits that I've created, which is why I have a very structured lifestyle. I have a lot of disciplines, tools, weapons I can pull, an arsenal, including life stories and history, to get myself back on track. Because I know that deep down inside, what I want is far greater than being stuck on the cell phone, which is being my best version right here, being this way, being fit, being in shape, having options, and building a better life. There's more to social media. There's more to life than social media. And this is a simple act. And yes, it's that simple of deciding that I'm done. I'm done Instagram. I'm going to deactivate you. I'm going to deactivate myself for a little bit and then come back as a new person. Okay? To the next video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Mamba out.